Okay, we're going to start out with the hopper bodies, similar to what we've done with other hopper patterns that we've done on our tying videos. And in this case, I'm going to use the same Tomsu hopper bodies with the cutters, and you can refer to the other videos if you want to see how those are cut. So in this case, I've got two pieces of pink Evisote and one piece of 2mm. And the Evisote's a little squishier, so this whole thing will squish, and it's actually going to float really, really well, and it's going to be very durable the way we're going to make it on here. So I'm going to use my extended body tool again like I've done in the past with the other videos. Alright, this one will be a little bit different in that we're going to sandwich the pieces of foam together like so. And now that seems really thick, but this is actually compressed really nicely. Again, that's what's going to make it float so well. Now when I'm tying this on here, I want to tie it in upside down so that the belly is up, because I want to make sure that I've got my racing stripe going on. And so just very similar to how I've done the other ones, I start at the very end and I do a relatively progressively tighter wrap. Now I don't really care so much about the top because that's going to be covered up by the wing. But see, it's going to keep that shape. And just as we've done with the other videos, you bring that over, pull that with your finger, let it drop down in between the two layers. We're going to do 4 segments. Okay, now our 4 segments are done. Okay, in order to tie this off, instead of whip finishing it, I just go ahead and apply some super glue and then cut that thread at that point. Okay, we're going to put our hook in, tie in the thread right at the hook point. That's a good measuring point for us to put the foam on. So I've got my foam body. That's what the bottom's going to look like. And what I usually like to do is dab a little bit of super glue right on that tie-in point, because when you have these foam bodies that sit on top of the hook, they need a little bit of extra traction. So the first wrap is actually going to be set down just so that the head of that hopper is even with the eye of the hook. And I'm going to set that down right on top and just split the difference between the head and this tie-in point. Now I want that to be pretty tight. I'm not like that. The tie-in point is going to squish the yellow out of the picture, but that's on purpose, and I'll show you what I'll do here to create a nice little strike indicator. But I want this to be tight and snug. Squeeze that down, get that super glue worked on there so that it adheres the foam. Okay, we're going to tie in my legs, and I'll go with yellow legs. Again, we're looking for this kind of colorful, different style. Pink is quite a great color for hopper patterns for some reason, I don't know. And then yellow throws in a little bit of contrast, which I find does really well as well. So we just tie in these legs. Now as you tie in, you kind of want to check to see how sturdy that is, and if it's needing some additional glue, slap some on there. Okay, now I'm going to tie in my wings here. We're going to double up on the wings, so I'm going to tie in a regular size wing and then the bigger size wing over the top of that. That's both for added flotation and then some more visibility. And I want that to go off the end of the body like so. And then right on top of that, the other wing. And I want that other wing to go over the edge like that, just about that length down. Now what I like to do on this is take super glue and just coat the back. I'm going to pull down the first wing, and that's going to stick right away. And then only a little bit underneath. I want that to go down a little bit, but not all the way. Like that. Again, that's for floating. Also, it's nice because if the hopper lands a little bit, it's, you still get more visibility on these wings. Okay, once we've done that, I'm going to bring my thread up over the top, pull the front piece of pink foam, yank that down. Now, what you want to do is you want to grab the yellow, like so, and you want to pull that up. That's going to be basically a little indicator for us. That's what we'll do. Now, in order to do that, I'm going to flip this over, and you want to get some super glue down into the junction points of these pieces of foam and the hook. Again, you need it to stick. So as we do that, pull that piece of yellow foam up, and then tie off the head, keeping that piece of yellow sticking up above like that, like a little shark. And then we'll tie in our legs. Again, it's just like I've done before, baby legs alive. And like I've done here in the past, I've got some super glue. In fact, I could probably cut that right now just to make sure. Dab a little bit more super glue on the bottom of that. That's going to hold my thread in place. So I can just come around here and snip that, and that's not going to go anywhere. Okay, the final thing we'll do is color up our front legs. Of course, we'll use yellow and pink matching markers. We're going to trim those just about to the length of the first joint of the back legs. There we go.